Welcome to the deep dive of Order Bathhouse. It is by far the least complex map in Orcs Must Die Deathtrap, so it is a great place to start exploring different strategies and harder difficulties. I'm going to cover a number of different topics in this video, so check the time codes on screen and in the description if there's a specific thing you want to learn about. Let's get started. First of all, let's do a quick walkthrough of Order Bathhouse. There's the gate right here. It's opened wave 1, of course, because it is the only gate. Then we come to a low ceiling with walls section right here. Then the paths split. On one side we have a low ceiling but grates on the floors in some areas, so we can't place floor traps. On the other side we have high ceilings but full flooring, so some decisions you can make there for pathing. In the middle there's a staircase up. Enemies won't path this way naturally. Only enemies that are hunting you or aggroed on you will come up here. And unstable rifts can spawn up here, so enemies could walk back down. But if they walk up, there's nowhere for them to go, so this can be a pretty nice place to fight a hunter and then jump off, and then they have to run all the way back down and around to get back to you. So that can give you some time to escape or heal up. Once the enemies come around both sides, they combine rather quickly, and there's the rift. There are a couple sentinel priestesses in the back for 3k apiece, and that is the entire map. Short and sweet. Now on to Barricade Setup. I usually try to keep them in this area for as long as possible to make a nice effective kill box.
Stop them.
With just 15 barricades, you can have them maze back and forth here pretty nicely. And if you are early on, or 4 players, this might be all you do, but if you have a few more barricades, you can block off one of these sides. I prefer the high ceiling side, but if you prefer this side, I would probably flip this so that they leave on this side
This should keep them
instead, and then they have to walk just a little bit further before they get over there, but not a big deal either way. But by blocking off one of these sides, you then group up all of the enemies that get through, if there's hopefully not very many, but any enemies that get through. And you can physics trap them over into the water, or just use the ceilings and the walls to do more damage. And let's see an example kill box. For this kill box, I tried to select a set of traps that would apply a variety of status effects, as well as a couple that just do a decent amount of damage. So for the floors, I have Brimstone and the Flip Trap. For the walls, I have the Saw Blade Launcher, the Arrow Wall, and the Grinder. For ceilings, I have the Shock Zapper, Acid Shower, and Ice Lance. This would help guarantee a high combo, but still enough damage behind it to just kill any enemy that gets in there. And it worked wonderfully. I managed to finish the mission without leaking or dying at all. For a backup strategy, in the case of Rift Corruption blocking this kill box, or if you're worried about unstable rifts spawning on this balcony, we'll move our kill box back a bit. I prefer the high ceiling but continuous floor side. So I've blocked off this side with 3 barricades, and then I use 12 barricades on this side to do some light mazing. If you have a couple extra barricades, there are things you can do, like using 4 to make them go down and back once again, or 2 on this side to just make them loop a little bit more. At this point, you can put in some traps, such as physics traps, to knock them in the water. That will kill stuff as they come in, or you can use something like magic orbs to just do constant damage as they go down and back. Now you do need to be careful about your ceiling trap selection. Something like the Haymaker cannot attack down far enough, so you want to use something like the lightning, or the lasers, or the beehive. That will be able to drop and deal damage no matter how far down the floor is from the ceiling. This should serve you as a nice backup kill box with easy access to a hazard, if you opt not to use this kill box. For a third option, if you're not a fan of the high ceiling side, we can block that side off and come over to the low ceiling side. We can set up a little bit of a maze. The grating does prevent that a little bit, but we can still do pretty well. And if you have some extra barricades left over, I would probably
Let's make them go a different way.
set something up like this to get them to go right along this. Then you can set up some flip traps to send them back over. You can also set up some flip traps over here to try to throw them into the water.
If you can still
Set up some
see
swinging
the floor,
maces to try to, again, knock them in the water. A lot of physics trap fun. Now on to chests. I've restarted this map many times and I've found 6 spawn locations so far. It's possible that there are more. If you know about one, let me know and I'll put that information in the description. I'll also link in the description to a Steam guide that has all the chest locations and all the maps in a nice easy peasy format. So check out that resource if you're looking for chests. So we spawn in on this platform right behind us. On this pedestal, there's a chest location. Right below where we spawn, there's a spot right here. Then as we run to the front, we'll go to the left first. And behind this pillar, there's a possible spot. Then all the way up front, it could spawn right here. Now as we come back on the other side, the opposite side that we went to last time, there's a possible spawn point right here. And then finally up these stairs and to the right, it could spawn right here. And that's it for chests. Thank you for watching this deep dive video. If you know any information or strategies that you think I should have included, tell me in the comments. Also let me know which maps you'd like to see a video for next. Later, War Mages.